Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kimchica, and this is the first in the two-part video series covering the indie games from E3 2019. Now in this first video, I'm going to be covering the 20 most anticipated games for me from the main show floor and press announcements, and in the next video, I'll be covering some of the titles that I'm most looking forward to from the Mix LA. Just as a caveat, most of these games are very tentative in terms of release date and platform, so as much as I tried to give you the information that I could find, they are subject to change, so be sure if you're very interested in a game to look in the description box below, check out their storefront link or their webpage. I've tried to link them both down below, and follow them yourselves. Wishlist them on Steam if you can, follow their newsletters. All of that really helps, particularly with indie games. So without further ado, let's jump into it, because with 20 games, there is a lot to cover. Carrion. We typically play characters attempting to defeat monstrous creatures, but in Carrion, you are the creature. Grow, evolve, and destroy your way through what looks like some sort of scientific or research facility in this 2D Metroidvania. It's dark, it's grimy, and it's strangely satisfying. Carrion is available to wishlist now on Steam and will be coming in 2020. RPG time, The Legend of Wright. School's out, and a young aspiring game developer has doodled their way into making an RPG. There's no doubt that visually this title is very unique. Paper and pen, cardboard, and even perlers make their way into this playful take on traditional RPG stories and mechanics. And while there isn't a ton out now on the story, I expect a lot of silliness and a big sense of humor here. RPG time, The Legend of Wright is releasing in 2020 on PC, Xbox One, iOS, and Android. Griftlands. After a bit of a reboot, Griftlands is back and ready for action. The developers have narrowed down and solidified the gameplay to focus on deck building, and in this deck building, you'll play with negotiation, combat, and manipulation to get your way. You'll be able to play as one of 3 characters in the final game, and will build 2 decks, one for negotiation and interpersonal interactions, and the other for combat should negotiations not go your way. Alpha will launch on the Epic Games Store in July, with the early access coming to Steam in June. Keen. In the sliding puzzle meets tactical combat game, Kim, a young girl, is next in line of a proud lineage of warriors, and she must stop an evil corporation from destroying her village. Feel free to determine the pacing with your own playstyle. Would you like to think things through? Totally fine, take your time. Want to play this more as an action-packed hack-and-slash style? That's cool too. Keen is tentatively planned to release in 2020 on Steam. Unexplored 2, The Wayfarer's Legacy. You're on a quest to destroy the Staff of Yendor, and on this perilous but beautiful journey, your legacy will impact future playthroughs. In addition to bringing back and improving upon the procedural level generation from the first Unexplored, The Wayfarer's Legacy also includes a legacy system, one in which your actions for each playthrough affects the next generation of heroes. The longer you are unsuccessful in your quest, the more challenging the overall campaign can become, as the forces of the Empire will continue to amass and grow as time continues. Balance resources, provisions, and weapons as you explore this land, and see if you can be the one to complete the quest and destroy the staff. Unexplored 2: The Wayfarer's Legacy releases in 2020 on PC. Blair Witch. Based on the film of the same name, Blair Witch brings us back to 1996, where the line between what's real and what's made for movies is blurred. A young boy named Peter has disappeared in the Black Hills Forest, and you've decided to join the search. Get ready for all sorts of scary moments as you and your dog, Bullet, explore the woods in this first-person horror title. Blair Witch releases on August 30th, 2019 for PC and Xbox One.
This afternoon, the authorities are organizing a search in the Black Hills Forest.
Okay, Bullet. Let's find this kid. Wait up, Bullet! Bullet! Where am
I? Genesis Noir. In this cosmic adventure game, you must stop the Big Bang, stop the expansion of the universe to save your love. Admittedly, there's a whole lot I don't quite understand about the plot of this game. I know there's a love triangle between No Man, a watch peddler, Golden Boy, a narcissistic artist, and Miss Mass, an alluring jazz singer. And I know that visually this game will be a sight to behold. But other than that, all I know is I want to jump in on this ride and look forward to when Feral Cat Den and Fellow Traveler announce a release date and the platforms. El Hijo. In El Hijo, an adorably animated spaghetti western-themed game, use stealth as you attempt to reunite El Hijo with his mother. They are separated when bandits attacked their family farm and burned it to the ground, leaving his mother with the tough decision of placing him in a nearby monastery for safety. El Hijo doesn't want to stay with the monks, though, and thus begins his journey to find his mom. He's only 6 years old, so using brute force definitely isn't the way to go. But it also means he'll be able to squeeze into tiny hiding spots and run circles around those who try to catch him. El Hijo is tentatively expected to release in 2020 on Steam, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and PS4. Lucifer Within Us. Unmask sinners as the digital exorcist working for the Church of Ein Sof's Inquisition. In Kit Fox's latest announced title, Lucifer Within Us, you'll piece together information found by digging through citizens' subconscious and your own powers of observation and deduction. Your goal? To unmask the lies of the people and purge the guilty from your midst. The Church has created a utopia through its digital consciousness network, so use its tools to help maintain this peace. But beware the lies you may tell yourself in doing so. You can wishlist this game on Steam, as well as follow Kit Fox Games on social media to find out more about the release. Undermine. Adventure deep into the mines of Undermine, an action-adventure roguelike. As a poor peasant, you don't have a ton of choice in the matter. After all your boss cares about is you finding powerful relics in the mines. But while you're down there, be sure to explore everything you can. Not only will you be able to find some undiscovered secrets, but you'll also have the opportunity to rescue a few folks who are trapped down there as well. And who knows, perhaps they'll be able to help you with your journey once they're back above ground. Undermine will be out in early access sometime during the summer of 2019, and you can wishlist it on Steam now. Undying. Klei is a mother trying to survive with her son during a zombie outbreak. Unling must find somewhere safe for her son Cody before she succumbs to the infection. And in this survival game with a highly emotional core, you must not only manage resources and impart the knowledge Cody needs to survive in a dangerous world, you must also resist the temptation to give up and give in to the zombie infection as it spreads. Undying will come to Steam Early Access in Q1 2020, and you can wishlist it now.
For him.
Telling lies. In this investigative thriller, you'll use stolen video footage to piece together a story and uncover a lie that affects the lives of 4 different people. Something has gone terribly wrong, and it's up to you to figure out how and why. You'll do so by paying attention to names, places, and other keywords as you scrub through footage and clips to inform your search in this non-linear spiritual successor to her story. The release date is still TBD, but you can wishlist Telling Lies now on Steam to stay in the loop.
Wake up.
12 minutes. How much can you change in 12 minutes? If you play this interactive thriller, you're about to find out. It's a normal evening after work and you're eating dinner with your wife, but the cops show up at your house and your wife is under arrest for murder. As the husband, you have a bevy of choices in terms of how to act ahead of you. The game plays out in, you guessed it, 12-minute real-time loops where you must explore all the possible choices and outcomes to come to a conclusion about what's actually going on and try to break the cycle. 12 Minutes is scheduled to release in 2020 on PC and Xbox One.
Why are you doing this? My father
Died of a heart attack?
No, I didn't have anything to do with...
Any second now, he's gonna knock on that door. Help me.
This isn't happening. This can't be happening.
Police, open up.
That's him.
Did you call the police?
We have a warrant. Please open the door.
I didn't do anything!
We're here to help.
Don't listen to him. I'm your only chance.
Open the door right now.
You know me. I love you. You have to believe me.
Stop.
No.
You're under arrest.
No.
Hey!
Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. It's hard not to smile at the shenanigans that ensue in the Fall Guys trailer. Amidst the bright colors and fun obstacle course chaos, the game is, at its core, a battle royale of the most playful sort. Battle the obstacles as much as, if not more, than you battle your opponents directly and attempt to win the crown. A fun twist of this game is the switch between competition and cooperation, as some of the challenges involve working in a team to ensure all of you make it to the next round. Fall Guys is out sometime in 2020 on PC and PS4.
Okay, I believe you, jump in the line. Rock your body in time.
Neocab. So many games focus on physical survival and crafting that Neocab's take on emotional survival is extremely intriguing. As a human cab driver in a city that primarily utilizes automation, you must navigate conversations with your passengers as well as figure out what has happened to your one friend in the city who seems to have gone missing. Balance maintaining high ratings in the Neocab app with your own emotional well-being in this narrative game. No official release date yet, but so far it is announced for PC and Mac. Beyond Blue. The developers of Eli Media brought us the indie game Never Alone, which focused on the history, culture, and folklore of the Inupiaq of Alaska. And now they're taking the process and applying it to a game about the mysteries of our oceans, more specifically, about researching a superpod of sperm whales. The narrative of Beyond Blue centers around researcher Mirai, the lead of a team that seeks to see, hear, and sense the ocean using brand new technologies. Challenges will arise during this expedition set in the near future, and as Mirai, you must decide what path your team will take. More than anything, what amazed me about this demo was the life and beauty that this game already showcases. This game is being created with BBC, so if you feel like this is Blue Planet or Planet Earth the game, you're kind of right. Beyond Blue is releasing in August 2019 on PC, and you can wishlist it now on Steam. Chris Tales. In the self-proclaimed love letter to JRPGs, Chris Tales takes you on an epic adventure spanning 3 timelines simultaneously. Chris Bell must team up with unique companions to make choices that alter the fabric of time and save the world from the Time Empress. Each choice that she makes will affect the past and future of each area, and you'll be able to see the weight and impact of these choices on screen. Get ready to journey across Crystallis and the Four Kingdoms in 2020 on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch.
If you learn from the past and act in the present, you can rewrite the future.
Spiritfarer. In this cozy management title about dying, you'll manage a ferry that guides spirits into the afterlife. Build, expand, and manage the day-to-day tasks of living on the sea by gathering supplies, fishing, exploring, and more. But also build relationships with a wide variety of characters that you'll encounter. You'll have your trusty cat, Daffodil, with you throughout this journey, who can also be played as a character in local co-op, as you learn how to say goodbye in this fantastically hand-drawn and animated world. Spiritfarer releases in 2020 on Windows PC, Mac, Linux, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PS4. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. In Will of the Wisps, we'll be rejoining Ori, a guardian spirit who is now on a quest to discover a world beyond the forests of Nibel. Ori will team up with a young owl, and they'll face a bevy of new bosses that this trailer shows off, with creepy spiders, a tentacled creature, and a gigantic bird-like being just a few of the foes introduced. All I know is the soundtrack and visuals will be outstanding, and I'll probably have to have a box of tissues at the ready. Ori and the Will of the Wisps is releasing on February 11th, 2020 on PC and Xbox One. Way to the Woods. Make your way through Cat Town as a mother doe and her baby fawn trying to find their way home in Way to the Woods. While the world is much emptier than in the days of the old gods, the humans, there are still mysteries to solve and dangers to avoid. Packs of wolves roam the countryside, so use your light and your puzzle-solving wits to evade them. Way to the Woods doesn't have a release date yet, but is tentatively scheduled for sometime in 2020 on Xbox and PC. For real this time. So those are the 20 most anticipated titles from the main show floor and E3 press conference announcements for me. So if there are titles that I missed out that you think should be on this list, I'm sure there's 1 or 2 or 3, if not more, because again, so many titles were announced this past week. Be sure to let me know in the comments below. I think one of my favorite parts is always hearing about those indie games that I may have looked over, may have not even heard of, but folks like you let me know what's going on, and it's really, really wonderful, and I love that we get to share our love of indie games with each other. If you'd like some more suggestions on what to look out for in terms of indie games, maybe what to play, be sure to follow this channel. I not only do these curated lists, but I also do some first impressions videos, as well as the occasional Let's Play series. And if you would like to join me live, I stream on twitch.tv/Kimchica every Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 Pacific time. There goes my cat. During those live streams, I try to feature games and titles that I haven't featured yet in videos if possible. And of course, I get to interact with y'all in real time, which is such a blast. So again, if you'd like to tune in, just come and check it out. It's really fun. And that's it for today. So I will see you in the second part of my E3 coverage, again, focusing on a particular indie event called The Mix LA at E3. And if you'd like to know more, just be sure to follow the channel so you get the notification when that video goes live. And until then, I hope you all are having a wonderful day, that you're finding lots of indie games to play, and I'll see you next time. Bye!